I wish I had this chart large, but this is probably a month's worth of work just to get this on something readable and large enough to read. This was the product of probably about 6 months' worth of translation off the CDD plates of different pieces of data, because it didn't come through the chart. These charts don't come through. I have to design the charts after the data comes through in words. I have to take those words and put them in pictures so they make sense, so you can see things. And this is why they take so long sometimes. If they just showed me a picture and I could close my eyes and copy it, it would be much, much easier. Doesn't work that way. So the information on here is a summarization of all the information for about 6 months that have been given with like huge context around it as far as the different Leviathan races and how they have progressively moved into the dominating force on this planet. They are the ones that control the politics here. They are the ones that control religion here. They are, and they have been since 9558 BC. So we are facing a situation, the magnitude of which is mind-blowing when you're coming from the mind control program. It just seems so outrageous and so impossible. The closest you can get is watching like the Sci-Fi Channel, where you see these wacky things happening, you know, creeps from black hole come and try to invade the world kind of thing. You know, you can translate it into science or you can translate it into spirituality. You can call them fallen angelics coming from the pit, coming, you know, and you know, this was foretold in the Bible. What was left of the Bible even kept that content. They said there would be the beast that came out of the pit. They said all sorts of things. Now, we've had other workshops where we talked about the seven seals, and we've talked about the horsemen, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and what those really are. So there is a truth to parts of the Bible, and there's also a great deception in how that truth has been presented, because it's been presented in riddles and rhymes, where beasts are things that we imagine to be big green things with 7 heads and 10 horns and a crown on each of the 10 horns that rise up out of the ocean, out of the pit. We don't think in terms of sci-fi technologies that have the ability to move planetary systems. We don't think of black holes. We have this romanticized fairy tale that we've been given to cloak the reality of what's taken place. And so many people have dedicated their lives for so many centuries now to uphold those fairy tales. They don't know how to let go. The fairy tale started in Atlantis, and they started with the creation of the Leviathan races that we talked about yesterday. I went through the process, the progression of from 155,000 BC, how the 5 different stages of the bioregenesis program for the Leviathan, for the Anunnaki races had been done here, and how progressively each stage had been rated by different ones that were not of the Emerald Covenant.